Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, and welcome to the Fill My Mug podcast. This is great. I need to stop forgetting.
Just gotta flow into it.
Yeah, no laughing. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, and welcome to the Fill My Mug podcast.
Hey, turn up.
I'm your host, Elizabeth Adebayo, and today I'm here with the money making computer science Yoruba. Wait, Yoruba. Evo. Evo.
Crazy accent.
Man.
What's good, everyone? My name is Nnaemeka Opara. I'm a junior here at the University of Southern California, studying computer science and business administration. So, super excited to be on this podcast episode. Got a lot of good content for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So get your favorite tea. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all use milk or water. That's a big debate. Maybe we can have it in another podcast. But strap in. We got a lot of good content for y'all, and I'm gonna pass it back to your host.
And if you don't like tea, you can have water, juice, coffee, soda, whatever you would like to drink. Just make sure you enjoy the episode for today. But yeah, so we're gonna get into today's topic. So for today, we're gonna be talking about whether like the benefits, pros and cons of staying in state for college as well as navigating friendships in college.
Mhm.
So I guess like a good start off question that relates to the topic, what is your favorite tea?
Favorite tea? Okay, so shoot, I would have said. I would have said
I thought you had an answer.
no. Okay, wait, because I was thinking.
Okay.
I would have said vanilla. What's it called? Vanilla chai.
Why are you asking me?
No, wait. I think
Um,
is that the tea name? It's vanilla chai. It's
chai
like
is tea.
chai tea or yeah. It's one of those two. Vanilla chai. But my well, she's not my professor, but I'm an RA in the USC Village right now, and so we have faculty and residents who live in our building, which is basically just like a professor living in the building. And when I was sick, one of our FIRs she put me on to lemon loaf tea. Trader Joe's. No, it's fire, bro. It's fire. I'm like you use almond milk, vanilla almond milk from I mean from anywhere really. I think it's like almond joy or like diamond almond or something like that. But that's such a good pairing, and then you pour a little honey on it. I'm telling you, that's like the best tea that I've ever honestly had. I'm so glad she put me onto it. So I'm gonna have to say lemon ginger or lemon loaf. Yeah, in Target.
Me personally, I wouldn't say I'm a tea connoisseur, but I really like tea. I drink tea a lot actually. But for my preferred tea, I'll say a good chamomile tea with like either sugar or honey or like a little bit of both. Because when I went to Guatemala last spring break,
Great
I
flex.
was like, but it wasn't like that. It was for like a mission trip. So yeah, we were there. The hotel we were staying at, like every morning, they'd be like, "Do you guys want tea or like a cappuccino or like coffee?" And the first couple of days, I got like a cappuccino, and I was like, "Oh, this is okay." But then someone was like, "Do you want tea?" And I was like, "What type of tea do you have?" And they were like, "Manzanilla." And I was like, "What is that?" And then someone was like, "Oh, this is chamomile tea." And then I had it
Caramel tea or
chamomile,
chamomile?
chamomile, whatever you want to say.
Chamomile, yeah.
Yeah,
Never heard of
but that's tea 10 out of 10. Literally, as soon as I got back, I went to Trader Joe's immediately, bought 2 packs, bought vanilla chamomile tea and regular chamomile tea. I drink it quite often. Yeah,
have to
so that is definitely my preferred.
you said chamomile?
Yeah, chamomile tea. It's like
What is
a
that then?
gel box. I mean like most tea boxes.
Something like
Anyways, yeah,
that.
it's like
Yeah.
chamomile tea, 10 out of 10. And then I feel like so low key sometimes adding honey is better than adding sugar because honey is
Yeah.
like better for you. So
Yeah.
like,
That's what I started doing because originally I used to put like 4 sweeteners, 4 sugar packets, you know what I'm saying? Mix it.
I low key do the same, so I can't really.
Yeah. I my parents got mad at me one day. They saw me pouring it. They were just like, "What's wrong with you? Like, are you trying to die? Diabetes?" Like, I was like,
Yeah.
"It's normal." But no, yeah, I started using honey as a substitute. That's fire. So,
I should go a little closer.
oh, wait, hello.
Yeah, you're good. Okay, but yeah. Now let's get into the actual topic. So staying in college, staying in state or out of state, as well as like navigating friendships in college. So do you want to pick a number 1 out of 9, or do you just want to go through all the questions?
Okay, let's go through all like the good questions, just in order. So yeah, I'm gonna refresh it probably. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
got it. Okay, so question number one. Where do you go to school and did you stay in state or out of state of college? You can answer first since you're the guest.
For sure. Yeah, we go to the University of Southern California, Phi On, located in, I guess, like, South LA, Central? Well, no, South LA, yeah,
Yeah.
kind of close to downtown. Um, I am, I live in California, so I live in NorCal, Sacramento area, the capital of California. A lot of people forget that. I don't know why. But yeah, I live in Sac. When I chose to go to USC, I definitely wanted to. Well, first, I wanted to go out of state. Maybe we'll talk about that later. But I did have my eyes set on like going out of state somewhere, either in like Texas or maybe even like East Coast, like Philly. So I really wanted to go to UPenn. Got waitlisted, but honestly, I knew I don't know, maybe it was God's timing, God's plan for me, but it was only gonna be USC keeping me in California. And so like I got in and that was going to be the one school that like actually kept me in California just because my college list, I applied to like 22, 23 colleges. And so a lot of them were out of state. I didn't apply to any state schools. I didn't apply to UC Davis or UC Berkeley, which are kind of the UCs that are close to me. It was either SoCal area or like out of state. And so it kind of just happened, that I got in USC and stuck around in California for the I guess next couple of years. But senior year is about to come next year. Honestly, it's
Can't
very
wait to leave.
yeah. Really?
I'm ready to go.
Why?
The things that I've gone through at this school, hey, almost died.
When?
Getting hit by a car.
Oh yeah, y'all. She's been through a lot. I won't lie.
Oh yeah, I've been through it at
I
this
feel
school. I'm
bad.
ready to go.
Hey, what
I'm ready
advice?
to go.
Be careful when you wait. You weren't even on a scooter.
I was on my scooter. I was
Was that the
crossing
first time or the second time?
the second time. It was only one time.
Oh shoot, I
Yeah,
remember
I
this
was
being
on my
scooter.
scooter. I was on my scooter, and then there was a guy in front of me on the scooter. Yeah, there was a guy in front of me walking, and then I was scooting behind him, and then this old lady decides to like try to quickly go through the both of us, and then boom, I get hit, literally roll into the street. I'm just there, hey,
She
and
sent
then
us the footage. I was like, there's actually no happening.
no, yeah, I literally emailed my professor because I went to a midterm. I literally emailed him a picture of me in the hospital, and I was like, hey, can I make up the midterm? He's like, oh my god, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm okay.
LA drivers are crazy. I will admit,
Yeah.
LA drivers are
She was
crazy.
like 80 something.
Yeah,
I was like, no, yeah, she was like 80, 70 something. And I was like, oh,
that's
but
tough, man. Yeah,
but God is good though. I didn't break any bones. I didn't get a concussion.
amen,
Nothing happened to me. So,
amen.
I'm here right now doing this episode. Like, oh, period.
Snap it up, snap it
Period.
up.
But yeah, God is good. But for me, for question number one, where do I go to school? Did I stay in state or out of state? My story is like complete opposite. It is I'm out of state. I don't really say this often, but I'm a Chicago native and I live in Texas now. Because I lived in Chicago longer than I lived in Texas currently. I don't see that often. I just usually just say Texas because it's easier to say.
Yeah.
But anyways, um, yeah, my senior year, like, cause the high school that I went to, people were way too competitive to where they were literally hacking into people's like grade, like software, figuring out like mapping out who's in the top 10, mapping out people's GPAs, mapping out people's whole class schedules so they can monitor them. People in my school were crazy. Yes, because this one kid literally texted me because he got in trouble and he was like, "Oh, by the way, if anyone like called you to the office." I admit I did log into your like grade software that has your GPA, your home address, all these different things because I really wanted to know who's in the top 10. He did that to every single person in the top 10 because he was bored. And he was like, I need to map it out, I need to make sure that no one's GPA is beating me, that we're in the same classes, that we're on the same level because I can't drop my rank. Da, 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 da. I mean, he's so stupid.
Top 10.
Yeah, he was in the top 10, the only guy in the top 10. He was number 6, I think. He just wanted to make sure that no one like beat him. He kept his spot.
So if someone beat him, what was gonna happen?
I don't
I
even-
just don't understand.
yeah, I don't even know. People were kind of, but yeah, to the point where hey, outside people.
Yeah.
Anyways, people would spread rumors about people. Like if you beat someone, they'd be like, "Oh, this person cheated. This person did that, did this, did that." That. Like my school was very toxic when it came to grades, and it was actually like very ridiculous, and I was very much over it. So I said, you know what? Me being an engineering major, I need to leave the state. So I don't want to see none of y'all at all. Never again. No, 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 no.
Valid.
So I only applied to out-of-state schools, but because my major is aerospace engineering, it's kind of hard to find schools that have that. So I only applied to like 9
You
schools.
didn't apply to UT?
No,
Oh, you didn't apply to any Texas schools?
no. I said I'm leaving the states. I'm
That's
leaving.
great.
Y'all will not see me here. No.
That's
Um,
valid. I respect that.
yeah, I said no. Even my college advisor when I was in high school, she was like, "Are you good? Why would you do that?" And I was like,
Because even as like a safe, because wait, you were top 10, right? Or
"Yeah, I was number 3."
whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Because like I heard UC does like top
Yeah, for like
at,
taught people, yeah, it's like automatic. So I could have got a TT if I had
yeah,
applied,
yeah.
but I was like, I need to leave the state. So I didn't do that. But
Your
yeah,
parents were cool with that too?
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
if I didn't apply, I didn't apply in the state. Yeah.
that's valid.
Plus, my older sister, she went to USC, graduated last year and studying neuroscience. So they were like, you know what, you should just go to the same school your sister goes to. So then we want to visit, we can visit both of you guys at the same time. You don't have to buy another plane ticket, which is very valid. Given that I have 4 siblings, and they're like, we need to save money when we can.
Where does your younger sister go now?
My sister who's directly younger than me, she's a freshman. She goes to Texas State, and she's doing business and design.
Yeah,
Something.
then
And then my
up here, yeah.
other sister she's a junior right now, and then my little brother's in elementary school. Yeah, yeah, that's all of us.
Oh, you have
That's
four
all. Yeah, I
siblings?
have 4 siblings,
Okay,
3 sisters, and my little brother.
sure.
But yeah, I completely did not stay in state. I feel like there's definitely benefits to it because like I met a lot of cool people. I mean, I would have never met Mecca if I didn't come out of state. But yeah, so like a lot of people that I know now that I'm like really good friends with, I would have never met.
Yeah,
So going out of state was definitely good for that reason. I mean, it does stink because LA is so expensive. Everything is so
it's
overpriced,
busy.
and it's starting to get on my nerves. Because why can my sister at Texas State get a apartment, her own bedroom, own bathroom for 650 a month, and if I wanted that here, it'd be like almost over 2K.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's absolutely ridiculous. So there's definitely were pros to staying in state, but and it's too late now. I'm a junior. There's nothing I could do about
Yeah,
it.
graduating next year.
Yeah, I'm graduating. Oh, can't wait to go back to Texas. But
That's crazy.
yeah, so that's both of our like things for question number 1.
And I feel like also like maybe this is another talk too, but I feel like the difference between like private and public really needs to be talked about.
That
Just
too.
because like although I did stay in California for university, I'm really glad that like USC has just like been what it's been for me, especially with like the private school aspect of it. So I'll just talk about the whole like out of state people like Elizabeth coming to like USC, right? Like had I gone to like UCLA or something like that, which I did get into, it would have just been like California people. Well, mostly California people. UCLA does have out of state, but maybe like 80%, 90% like in state California, and then like 10% out of state. But then oh,
We didn't live
more.
there. Yeah.
Sorry guys. It would have been like 90% of California residents low key, and then like 10% like out of state. And so for that type of I guess experience, it would have been like very different had I gone to like UCLA literally like 30 minutes away, just because I wouldn't have met so many people from Chicago, Texas, like all of these states that I've never like had friends from. And so literally like even like after graduation, it makes for that new experience to like, hey, if I'm ever in like Texas, like I can hit up Elizabeth if I'm in Dallas, or hit up someone else from Houston, or if I go to Chicago, like all everyone's kind of like scattered out, and like it's funny to see it when everyone goes back for like holidays, because then if you have like each other's location on Find My, and it's like everybody who
Like
was like,
spread out.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, like you guys were just in LA, but now like everyone's in like Texas, Chicago, California still maybe. So it's like it's definitely been like an amazing experience just to have like friends from kind of all over, even like Nigeria, Loki, like going all
Yeah.
the way back from
Because
Nigeria.
USC has like a good amount of international
Exactly.
students.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So fire.
Question number 2. What influenced your decision? Was it family, finances, the school itself, or something else? Why did you pick USC? Because I know I did.
Uh, it was a little bit of like all three of those. Low key, I forgot how many categories you just listed, but
Family, finances, or like school, like USC as a school?
uh, anyway, I would say it was USC as a school more specifically that drew me to it, and then like finances and like other things kind of like came afterwards, if that makes sense. So more specifically for me and my kind of trajectory in terms of like being a computer science and business administration student, someone in tech, right? I knew I wanted to go more specifically into the business aspect of tech, right? Because I started learning like in high school I did the computer science pathway that my school offered, and so I wasn't necessarily sure if software engineering, which was basically like kind of the role that they were like really like advertising to us, I wasn't necessarily sure if that was right for me, just because like hey, I like tech, but like not to the point where I'm like doing software engineering like 24/7. Like I didn't want that to be all I did within my work. And in terms of the knowledge that I had back then in high school, like my senior year, about what software engineers do. 'Cause it's not always just coding, but like even then, like it was just like I'm not really trying to do just that. Like I feel like the way my personality is, like I wanted to like actually like lead projects and like like talk to people and kind of just like exert and like utilize all of the skills that I've basically developed in high school from like all the like extracurriculars that I did, leadership positions, like all that stuff. So I wanted to like really utilize all my skills. And so that's when I started looking into like product management and like technical program management, if you know what that is. And then that's when I was like, oh, okay, so that you kind of get to do both of those worlds, right? And so that's when I started learning more about USC's computer science and business program. But fun fact, I didn't actually apply to that major beforehand just because. So I have three siblings, right? And so they've all gone through the college application process, and they kind of advised me to what's it called? Apply to like a less competitive major per se. And so I had a lot of experience in math. I took like AP Calc A, B, AP Calc BC. And so I was really good at math. Math was literally my favorite subject before I came to USC because USC had math
USC,
is
the
like,
USC math department and physics department are wicked
please
people. They
do
want
not
everyone to
take,
fail. They don't like,
do
oh,
not
no, no, no.
take
USC
it.
math classes, oh, wickedness.
You're
But
gonna you're
anyways,
gonna suffer. It's okay, but
hey,
it's part of the experience. But
hey.
anyways, applied as math, got in, and then I actually got the dean scholarship that USC offered, and so that's like a quarter tuition, and so I was like, oh shoot, dang, like that's fire. And so after seeing that and like seeing kind of the steps that I could take to transfer or switch my major to computer science and business because it wasn't really that um I guess, involved. It was, take a couple classes, get this grade, and then you can switch. Now the process is a lot harder, like now, but we can talk about that later. But yeah, so knowing that and then knowing the financial aid package, it was kind of like similar to like even like the in-state options that I had. But like it was similar on terms of being in the same range as like UCLA. And so it was kind of like a no-brainer. However, I did have the conundrum of like either UPenn or USC. I think I wouldn't say USC was my dream school. It was kind of just like like it would be nice to go if I actually got in, but I wasn't gonna like, like bend over and cry, you know what I'm saying? Like if I didn't get if I got rejected or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? And so it was either UPenn or USC. I eventually got waitlisted from UPenn and then I didn't get off the waitlist. But honestly, I think it was a sign from God just because like my experience here has honestly been unreal, and like I
You've done,
couldn't. You said what?
you've done a lot of
I've
things.
done a lot. I've done a lot. I feel like we've all done a lot, low key though. Like I
Yeah.
feel like I can't name like not one person who's like not in their bag with like
Like
something.
not doing something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whether it's like cultural or like maybe like just purely academic or like professional work wise. Like I feel like everyone's always kind of doing something
Yeah.
at least.
And if you're not, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that. So
Like, get it together.
yeah. But yeah, I honestly can't imagine not going here. I'm definitely glad I stayed in state. We can talk about that a little more, but I feel like it's come to my advantage a couple of times. But yeah, I mean, I do plan on going to grad school eventually. So hopefully, I mean, I do get to go out of state. I feel like that's when I can really like go out of state and kind of explore other cities because I always know I can come back to California because my parents aren't leaving anytime soon, you know. So yeah, it's kind of just been like a little bit more of my experience. Yeah,
For me, what influenced my decision, it was definitely financial aid because if I'm being completely honest, like when I first got to USC, we were like, "Oh, USC is my dream school. This, and that. I want to go here so bad." Like since I've been in high school, da, da, da. I didn't know USC existed. I mean, so for real, like I did not even think of USC as an option, like not even one bit.
a
Because
lot of
again,
study people don't know.
yeah, because I didn't even know it was a thing until my sister was applying for like neuroscience like stuff, and she got in like through Questbridge and was doing that, and then like as she was going through the list of Questbridge schools because they were like trying to match her to a school. Then that's when she saw USC, and she's like, "Oh, this is a really cool school in LA. This is not like it's near Hollywood, blah, 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 Los Angeles, California." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." And then she got in, ended up going there, and then I was like, you know what? Let me look and see if they have like any like engineering. And then I saw the Viterbi School of Engineering, how they have like the aerospace engineering department. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. And I was like, you know what? Might as well apply.
Yeah,
Because again, my parents were like, you should probably go there
yeah.
because your sister's there. And then the other schools I applied to, I think I applied to like one in Virginia. I applied to Georgia Tech. I applied to MIT and Stanford. Stanford, I applied so last minute. I know I was going to get in. Like, I did not put any effort into the application. I think I only really applied because like one of my friends, like he got in, and I was like, okay, period. And then I was like, you know what? If I go there, I can annoy him because that's our friendship. Like I know you, you know me. But I didn't end up going, and I was like, oh. And then he was like, you know what? California wasn't big enough for the both of us, anyways. And I said, hey,
A lie.
like, who are you, anyways? And then
For president?
yeah, and then I was like,
What do you mean it's not big enough?
exactly. And then he was like, I need you to stay within like a 6 hour radius away from me. And I was like, USC from Stanford is like 4 or 5. And he was like, maybe you should push it a little further.
No,
Who are you?
I think it's 6. Low.
Is it 6? And then I was like, you know what? That's like a good,
Yeah.
yeah, anyways. But he's an interesting individual, is all I have to say. But yeah, and then I applied to MIT, did not get in. I was so sad that day. I was literally crying. I was like, dang. But then I really thought about it, and I was like, was MIT really my dream school for real, or did people just hype up MIT so much that I was sad about it? Like, like, let's be so for real. Because so many people at MIT, they're literally constantly overworked, stressed, depressed, something. Like, they're not. I mean, some of them are obviously like having better times than other people, but like all the engineers look like they're going through it. Like that TikTok challenge, freshman year of engineering, senior year of engineering. Why are all the men bald? Like they're all balding. Everyone's stressed. It's like,
That should be another topic, low key. Like going to like just like a regular school
yeah,
versus like an
because
engineering.
I'm just like, it looked like a lot. So I was like, you know what? It's okay that I didn't get into MIT.
Yeah.
And then the USC decisions came out. And then I was like so hyped because I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. But then like, of course, like when you get into a college, your first thought, why? But hey, anyways, police sirens. But anyways, like your first thought is usually like, how am I gonna pay for this? Or like,
Of course.
where's the money coming from? Like all these different things. Then I was like, dang, USC's kind of expensive. And then like with my sister there, ooh,
Someone's speaking.
someone's speeding, someone's committing a crime of some sort in this shady neighborhood. But anyways, yeah, so I was like, dang, how am I gonna pay for this? And then I was like, just really praying about it. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll go to Georgia Tech because I was like my second option. Their Georgia Tech's financial aid package is so bad. I don't know what it is, but they don't give aid
They
for
didn't give me
they
any.
don't give aid for nothing.
They didn't.
And I was like, why y'all skimping out? I need money to go here.
I low key thought it just didn't like hit yet. I was like, oh,
Yeah, I was like, okay, maybe this no, no. They just said, y'all, you better. Oh, hey. But yeah, they didn't give me nothing. And then USC, I was like, ooh, this package looking a little light. And then I got the email about the Dean Scholarship.
yeah.
The way I would literally cry in my room, be like, hey, Jesus Christ, thank
The
you.
thing is, you know
Thank
what's crazy
you.
about the Dean Scholarship too?
Because
They didn't send it to me like, well, they sent it, but it didn't show up in my primary. For some reason, it showed up in like another section, and I just happened to check that section that day. They said like, oh, Dean Scholarship.
yeah, I got an email about it, and I was like, hmm. And then I opened the email, and I was like, wait a minute. The way I immediately screenshot it and sent it to my parents, I
Yeah.
was like, oh,
It was like, whoa,
and
bro.
then I was like, okay, period. But low-key is still kind of expensive. But I was like, you know, we're gonna make do. And then I started like applying through scholarships to my high school, got some of those. And then the Viterbi School of Engineering, shout out to Viterbi, they gave me a scholarship. And I was like, you know what? Period.
Serbia, I'm still waiting.
Period.
So
And I was like, okay, period. Maybe this being number three actually helps somehow. Well, but yeah, I was like super hyped about all of that. And then I got to USC and I was like, this is great. This is like so fun. I mean, not fun. I was like, I don't have to pay as much as I thought I'd have to pay. And I was this is great. So I was just like, I literally worked a lot that summer so I could save up so that like whatever the difference was, I could try to pay that out of pocket. So my parents didn't have to worry about it. And then yeah, freshman year was pretty chill until I got to my room and met my roommates. Hey, that's gonna be a whole nother episode where I will have my actual roommate from freshman year, and we're gonna talk about the nonsense that went on in that apartment. Oh, but yeah, that's I guess like one side thing. Be careful who you room with when you get to college, because you'll meet some very interesting individuals that'll make you want to rip your hair out, and you can't do anything because like I'm not trying to go to jail. I just got here,
Yeah.
so I'm just like yeah, learning how to navigate that.
Yeah.
Oh,
And low key, bro, don't live with your friends too. No one was gonna say it.
that too,
I
because
personally,
living with your friends literally ends up ruining friendships.
it,
Sometimes I feel like it really depends. 'Cause I'm living with like all my church friends right now. I feel like we're all pretty chill, but also a lot of us are like most of us are always busy. So we're not really in the apartment that
yeah,
much. So I'm just like, eh. And then also I had the same roommate freshman and sophomore year. Me and her were in like a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom apartment with the other four people. Oh,
yeah,
and then the sophomore year we were in a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. And again, both of us were mainly out of the apartment most of the time. So it was pretty chill for us too. But there's definitely been like cases where like people room with their friends, they're not friends anymore.
yeah,
They're not friends no more. They don't talk anymore. They don't interact anymore. They see each other, pretend that they're strangers. Like, yeah, sometimes it definitely does get bad, but I don't know. I guess when it comes to like being with roommates and stuff, this is like completely off topic, but pick your battles with some things. Like some things are really not that deep. Like even if it's like really deep to you personally, some things you just gotta let go if you
yeah,
really care about the friendship that much. But if you're like this friendship to go, I don't care. I'm not advocating. I'm not like advertising for you to just cut off all your friends over like little stuff because that's kind of dramatic. But like pick your battles and definitely like don't react immediately. Like sometimes you just gotta take some time to like just breathe, like
it's
feel
a
out the
skill.
situation, and
Yeah,
then
it's a skill, definitely. Like,
yeah,
I don't feel like I personally learned it until freshman sophomore year to like actually pick my battles. Like, high school's nothing compared to like
yeah.
all the like
Compared to
situations.
college,
Yeah, so pick your battles is that's wise advice because
mm, hey, we live and we learn. Yes, we live and we learn. We go through life. We grow as individuals. Because college is a great place for you to like grow as an individual and like learn about your likes, your
yeah,
dislikes, the way that you like interact with friends, or you interact with classmates. Like you just learn a lot about yourself while you're in college, and you
yeah,
grow as a person through
for
these
sure,
experiences. So yeah, it's like a big learning process.
for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Question number three: what school would you have gone to if you didn't choose USC? And then four is like living constantly in or out of state. I feel like we've
I feel
already
like we
kind of
talked about
talked about that already.
yeah.
So, and then what school would you have gone to? Didn't you say UPenn?
Well, I got witnesses. So if I got into UPenn, I probably would have gone. Uh, just because like Nigerian parents, Ivy League,
Yeah.
yeah. So I feel like that's the one school I would have gone to. But out of my list, honestly, okay, I know I gave you that question, but I still don't know what I would have picked if I didn't go to UPenn. Because my thing, okay, I probably would have gone to. I probably would have gone to UCLA. However, I know I told you guys earlier, I was like, okay, basically like if USC was gonna be the school I stayed in, or I guess the school I guess keeping me in California, right? But I applied to Rice. Oh, well, hold on, I'm missing a crucial part. Okay. So I got into the major schools I got into. I got into USC, UCLA, Rice
Big
in
three.
Houston,
Period.
Georgia Tech, Emory. Um, I think I said UCLA already. I feel like those are. Let's keep it at that, right? And so I want. Oh, and UT Austin. I wanted to go to UT Austin so bad. They had a great program. At first, I was
UT
interested in
Austin's
it.
a really good school.
It's fire. I
Yeah, it's
feel
a
like it's
really good
slept
school.
on low key. They have like a great management information systems major in the School of Business, which is originally what I was thinking about majoring in. Because they don't really have like computer science and business at UT. Their computer science and business is like the MIS major. And so that's what I really wanted to do. But then, of course, UT Austin, like out of state tuition is like crazy insane, right? I didn't get any scholarship. I was also waiting for them to give me some type of aid. They
Where the
didn't.
money at? Like, I
They
need it.
didn't, yeah. And so I was like, okay, that's it's like bummed out. I had, yeah, nah, that
Yeah,
actually
that's
is
the only thing with schools. Like, you'll be so excited, be like, "Oh, I love this place," and
yeah,
they accept you, and then they're like, "But we give you no money
no
though."
money. It's
What?
crazy. Because honestly, if they gave me like a lot, I probably would have went. I probably would
No,
have
yeah, that
considered
was
it.
my determining factor for
Yeah,
USC is because they gave me more aid than any other school gave, and I was like, "Well, that's
probably would have
my
went.
deciding factor
Yeah.
personally."
So honestly, if the money was right, I probably would have went to UT. Rice was also another option because like Georgia Tech was out the picture. They didn't give me money either. Emory, Loki, same. I don't know. They didn't give me a scholarship yet. The thing with Rice, they never gave me my financial aid package, and that was the only school. So I was like, I didn't know if it was like a sign just because I was like I don't know, maybe I'm not meant to go to Houston right now per se. And so that was the only school that never gave me my financial aid package. So I couldn't even consider it as an option for real. But at that point, I was kind of already set out on USC, and so I was like, I wasn't really tripping. Um, Now that crazy thing that I'm actually remembering now, I I called them after I committed to USC. So this is during summer.
Oh,
Rice.
oh, right.
Rice Financial Aid. Because like I was low key, I wasn't like regretting my decision, but then at the same time, I was like, oh my gosh, like low key, like USC, I feel like it's a lot of money. Like, you know what I'm
USC is
saying?
expensive, and they
It's
keep
expensive.
increasing the
They
tuition every
do.
year. Like,
I don't
do y'all
know
not
why.
want people to come here?
I don't
Like,
know why. But it's definitely an expensive school. And so I was like kind of rethinking. I knew I made the right decision, but I was just getting anxious because I was like, okay, it's summer. Every day it keeps getting closer and closer, right? And so I was just having like just anxious thoughts. I called Rice. I was like, bro, so low key, let me tell you what happened. Like I got in, but y'all never gave me my financial aid package. And so can y'all like actually complete it so I can see like what the deal is and maybe I can reconsider? She was just like, nah, sorry, like apply again next year.
said no, we're
Yeah.
good. It's fine.
Yeah. So honestly, I probably would have went to Rice or UT, but I'm glad I ended up here. Can't lie. So
Yeah, because like all the stuff you've done at USC, you would have never did. The people you met, you would have never met.
yeah,
You know, like everything happens for a reason.
everything does happen.
But yeah, I guess what school would I have gone to? It was really just like Georgia Tech or this one school in Virginia. But did I want to go to Virginia? No, of course not.
Virginia or DMV?
Let's see.
Two different things.
I think this was in Loki. I don't remember what the school where the school was like located specifically, but I was like, that's a great. I don't remember.
Okay.
Like it's that irrelevant. Like I don't remember what the school was called,
Mhm.
and I'm like, it's okay. So yeah, it was literally USC, that school, or like Georgia Tech,
Yeah.
and USC. The aid was giving what it needed to give, and I said, you know what, amen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I would.
and that's what we rolled with.
I mean, and there's also other ways, like when you get to college, you can pay for it too, which I feel
That
like we
too.
can talk about like later on, like
Yeah,
another episode too.
like
Like,
getting either like an on-campus job, off-campus job.
RA,
How many people are speeding this late at night?
honestly don't know.
All these accidents, the people trying to cause something. Like, hey,
This is normal for y'all, low key.
no, this is looking
Yeah.
abnormal. The amount of like ambulances, the amount of police cars that
Yeah.
going around this area, they're just so loud.
Very low.
It's like, oh, okay. But what are some pros and cons of staying in state?
Oh, we already talked about that, remember?
Oh yeah, we already said. Sorry. Okay, question number 6. How did moving away or staying close to home shape your independence? I was
You wanna go?
Oh, I guess I could go. Since I'm out of state, I feel like it's definitely helped me grow as like a person more than I would have if I was in state. Because a little background for me, growing up, my dad's a pastor, so I would go to church all the time. I would constantly be like helping out with church events. I'd be helping in the tech department. Like at my current like home church, I am the tech department.
Yeah.
No one wants to be in the tech department with me.
Valid.
But yeah, so I'd constantly be doing stuff like that, constantly be like volunteering for church, doing like food drives, all these things. So like church was definitely like a big part of my life, but at certain moments I definitely felt like it wasn't like a personal thing for me. It just felt like more of
Family thing.
like a family thing. Like we're all doing this together as a family because it's our church and we can't not show up. Because if members don't show up, we have to show up.
Yeah.
So I was like, that was another part of why I really want to go out of state because I was like, I want to like have a space where I could just like grow independently and then like figure out not like figure out my faith, more like make my faith more personal to me and like hold myself more accountable rather than someone waking me up every Sunday being like, okay, everyone, let's go around our way to church. We're doing this, we're doing that. But like me having to wake myself up every Sunday, get to church on time. If I wanted to go to like midweek Bible study or like church activities, I would have to make myself go.
Yeah.
So that's really what I wanted. I feel like that was like a good thing for me for shaping my independence because I feel like with the church group that I'm in now, A2F Acts 2 Fellowship, they have like so many like um activities and like off campus stuff and like opportunities for us to evangelize. Like when I went to Guatemala last spring break, and then I went to Seattle and Canada this spring break, also to like just go evangelize and like talk to people and like share the gospel. And like just doing all of that has like really impacted me and like my view and the fact that why should I like be like quiet and ashamed about my faith. But people are out here talking about their faith all the time, 24/7. People are literally out here almost dying to talk about their faith, and they're still gonna talk about it. And I'm here in the US, safe and sound, up to a certain degree, of course. But like I'm here and like not talking about it as much as I should. So I'm like, I need to do more. So I feel like that has definitely been like something that's like shaped me through going out of state and like being away from my family. While I do miss my family and miss being at home, like, I feel like me going out of state and, like, being by myself in a sense was definitely, like, needed to grow and shape me as a person. In addition to, like, me in high school, whenever someone would get on my nerves, ooh, Imma go off on you personally. Like, y'all need so
We
much
know.
stuff. Anyways,
Yeah.
but no, yeah, me freshman year, oh, if you got on my nerves, you would know it. Like, oh, but anyways, but I feel like now that I'm a junior, I've definitely grown. Like, I don't do that no more. Like, if you get on my nerves, I'm just leaving. I'm sorry. Like, I don't have the energy to get into all these like small arguments and stuff because I really don't have
It's not worth your
energy.
time, bro.
Yeah, it's really not worth my time.
Just as an engineering major, nope.
Like, it's really not. So I'm just like, if I get into an argument with them or a disagreement, I will walk away, or I'll just be like, you know what, in the calmest voice that I could find within the depths of my soul. I don't like how you said that. That was not a nice thing for you to say. You hurt my feelings this way, that way. And if you don't want to have a conversation right now, it's completely fine. That's up to you. And I will go about my day. Because again, you have
Preach.
to pick your battles because
Preach.
it's really not that deep. And with in college when it comes to like friendships and stuff, sometimes you just gotta let the friendship go. If it's really like stressing you out that much and like y'all are not on the same level, because it's okay to outgrow people in college. That doesn't mean y'all hate each other. That doesn't mean y'all can't be cordial. Doesn't
Y'all can
mean none
still
of
be
that.
cordial.
Y'all can still
For
be
sure.
cordial, but y'all don't have to be besties, locked at the hip, all of that. Like it's
Mm.
okay to outgrow people.
Some
Like you
people
can
hold you
still
back.
yeah, some people do hold you back. Like you can care for people from a distance, but if you're surrounded by people who are constantly being negative, constantly being like, "Oh, you can't do that," constantly just like diminishing the light that God is trying to show from you, because God has great things planned for me. God has great things planned for you. I'm not about to be around nobody who's not trying to uplift me or also do great things. What do you mean you're just trying to sit here and do nothing? I'm trying to do things. I'm trying to make moves, trying to live a blessed life, do all these different things before my time is up. Because everyone's time's gonna be up eventually. So I'm not wasting time. So if you want to waste time, I'm sorry, but we can't be friends. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm not. Yeah, no, we gotta keep pushing. So I feel like that's honestly like I could say more things, but that's like definitely those are a good chunk of things that I've learned since like moving out of state and
Yeah.
like about my independence and stuff.
I feel like we share kind of similar paths. I feel like the church thing definitely resonated with me just because like it's that whole scenario, like literally like 9:30 a.m., like doors banging, dad like saying everybody we're about to go to church, be down by 10:30, shower, fighting for the bathroom to shower, all that, get
Yeah.
ready, all that stuff, right? And so finding your own faith is definitely, I feel like it's like a process within itself,
For
just
sure.
because like especially for me, like it took me like literally even till like junior year to like go to the Catholic church literally right by our school. Even though it's right there. Just because like the idea of like going without my family was just like so was like that doesn't make sense. Like how would I go to church or like that Catholic church without my family? You know what I'm saying? Like it was like a whole process. It was a
Yeah, like
whole
the
experience.
familiarity.
Yeah. And so I kind of felt uncomfortable in terms of like kind of going by myself in a sense to that church, which is why it was kind of just like I kind of put it on pause just for I guess how long that I did, even though I found other ways to kind of like foster that faith and like strengthen it. And so that's why do Bible studies with friends, I go to church, other churches with friends too. But it wasn't until like winter break when I had to stay here because my parents went to Nigeria and didn't invite anyone. So uh, stayed here by myself, yes. But I went to that church and I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't know why it took me this long. Like the anxiety, the fear of like I guess like sitting by myself. Like it honestly like that whole like that's a whole mindset that I can even talk about later on too. Because honestly, you kind of just have to like get up and just do
Just
what
do
you're
it. Yeah. Like even
saying.
if you have to go somewhere by yourself, or like if you can't find a friend to go with you
Hmm.
or something, sometimes you just gotta do stuff by yourself
Hmm.
for yourself.
Hmm.
Because no one's gonna hold your hand. And if everyone's busy, that can't be your excuse for not
I
going.
can't. It can't.
Like it can't.
Because then that's going to be the excuse for the next week why you don't
And you
go.
just keep doing it. And
And
then like you'll start internally blaming other people, being like, oh, you guys never want to come with me, that's why I don't go, da da
yeah,
da.
yeah,
But it's not anyone else's responsibility to help you grow your faith. Like
yeah,
that's a personal thing that you need to do for yourself
yeah,
if you really want to do it.
yeah,
Like, yeah, you can't like constantly be dependent and like
yeah,
rely on other people to help you with that.
for sure. So yeah, I feel like that's definitely one component that I feel like being away from home, like I even when I was applying to college, I told my parents I was like I need a 6 hour gap, low key, like same with your friend, low key, because it was just like, bro, I can't have you guys pulling up on me whenever you guys feel like it, or I can't feel inclined to want to go home because it's close by. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
if it's like just like a random weekend, like I don't want to go home. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so being away definitely has shaped like who I am today. I feel like I'm a lot more independent, a lot more just into myself in terms of like who I am as a person, like my beliefs, like what I aspire to do, like all of that. You know what I'm saying? And so I definitely think I preach it all the time. Like you need to grow. You do not stay in your hometown. Like if you're like going to college or like even grad school or anything like that. Like you need to go out, explore, go to a new area, put yourself in an uncomfortable position to grow because that's the only way you're gonna do it. If you're staying stagnant in a place that you're so familiar with, like
Period.
where's the growth in that? You know what I'm saying?
Stagnancy is not it.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
No.
And so that's why I'm glad, LA's kind of been the move for the past couple of years. But definitely think I need to change the scenery now. Not that I've even seen all of LA, but it's getting too familiar now. And I think that also kind of stems from the fact that LA still feels like California in a sense. Especially since I've been doing a lot of traveling for like an organization that I'm a part of. Like I'm seeing all these different
He's
cities.
been booked and busy going from place
Booked
to
and busy,
place. And I'm
y'all.
just like, dang, like he's always
Booked
gone
and busy.
somewhere.
Booked and
I'm just
busy.
like,
Like
geez.
Chicago, DC, like all those cities, like they're so amazing. And like it's like, bro, like I can see the level of growth that would happen if I were to pack my bags and like move there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so I feel like that's kind of like the next step in terms of like continuing that level of growth and like expanding upon just who I am as a person, who like my faith, within myself, what that looks like for me. Um, all that stuff, yeah. So that's what I would say. I'm definitely glad that I'm nowhere near my hometown. But I mean, I feel like when we go back, I feel like we appreciate,
Yeah, like I definitely appreciate being at home when I'm home because I'm
yeah,
just like, oh, all the stores I love are so near to me. Like
yeah,
I can actually take a car and drive
exactly,
somewhere.
yeah.
I'm like, I can't do that here.
Appreciate it more.
Like there's definitely things that I appreciate while I'm at home for
Yeah.
sure. Have you ever regretted your decision, even a little bit, being at USC?
I mean, I talked a little bit about how I called rice that one summer. I wouldn't say that was me regretting it, but I mean, at times I'm like, dang, like I wonder what life would have been
If
like.
I was at a different school,
You know what I'm
I've been thinking
saying?
that too.
I feel
Like,
like that's a regular thought though. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like I
like if I
definitely don't
picked
regret it.
something else, who would my friends be? What
Exactly.
type of person would I be right now?
Would I have met the same people like
Yeah.
somehow like
Like,
through a
what would I be doing
conference?
right now? What
All
class
that
would I
stuff.
be in? Would I be
Yeah,
living?
yeah. So
Yeah.
I definitely think about it all the time, but I wouldn't necessarily say I regret it. It's kind of just like like every month or so, I'm like, dang, like what happens if I went? What happens? What would have happened if I went to school in Chicago? You know what I'm saying? Or like DC? Like Howard, even HBCU sometimes, like all of that stuff. So sometimes I do wonder it. Sometimes I wonder, like, hey, what if I went out of state? What if I didn't pick USC? But I really can't see a world in which like that did not happen. Like even USC for grad school, like I'm very glad that I came here for undergrad because I feel like this is like a very well, I wouldn't say it's very undergrad heavy. I feel like grad schools, grad students are catered to towards too. But for undergrad, I'm definitely glad I like came to USC for that type of experience just because it's honestly been unbelievable. So yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that I regret being at USC. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't say I regret it. I mean, after getting hit by that car and I was sitting in that middle of the road and I was sitting in the middle of the road, I was like, dang, if all the different school, this would not be happening.
I probably would have still. Like low key.
Oh,
Not,
like,
not praying on
no.
my fault, but like I don't know. I mean, crazy drivers,
I was like,
everywhere.
dang, like, this really happening to me here in LA. Like, if I was in at Georgia Tech right now, would this be happening to me? Like, would I be in this situation? Like, it's really just stuff like that. Like, whenever things aren't working out, or like whenever like I get a bad grade in an exam, be like, dang, if I was at a different school, would this class
That,
be
bro,
easier?
that, bro.
Like, would this be easier right now? Like, with these wicked math and physics professors, would I have a better professor? Like,
Think about that all the
would I
time.
have someone who's not constantly wishing on the downfall of the class? Like for example, one of my physics professors, like he was so upset with like our average. They sent an email and he was like, "This is abysmal average you guys gave me. I'm so disappointed. You guys didn't study. You're the professor." So clearly, if the whole class is doing bad, I think that's a you problem, not a me problem, because
That's a whole
it's
different
it's not
episode too.
it's not correlating. Because why
How
are you mad at me?
how are you blaming me
Why are you blaming me for your lack of teaching abilities?
when the average is 33%?
Like, I don't understand. And then like this one, like my most memorable like memory that I have from like a physics class is that for one of my physics 151 class. So physics one, we had like this professor to where he'd do like daily attendance like worksheets. So like he'd give everyone the worksheet and like pass it out, and everyone had to like fill it out, like make sure to write your name on it. And at the end, you turn it in. This one guy literally came in like in the middle of us doing the worksheet, and then so his friend like saved him a paper for him, so he literally tries to sneak in the back, but it's in like Sal or like it's like that one like classroom where like the doors up here, the professor's like all the way down at the bottom. So, like when you come in and they look up, they can see you. So like you can't really sneak in the classroom. So he literally, while the professor was like turned to the side, kind of literally snuck in the door and sat in the back row. His friend passed him the sheet, and he was writing for his life, trying to finish in time. Because like when the professor's done, everyone has to stop writing and you have to just turn it in.
Exam.
So. Hmm?
Exam?
No, it's for like just a daily worksheet.
Oh,
Like he was just OD on everything.
yeah.
But then basically the professor, I don't know what type of timing he was on. He looked up, saw this kid, and bolted up the stairs. Like
The professor?
yes. The professor was literally at the bottom. He looked up
Bro, I'm
and he said, "No." Literally he started running up the stairs, grabbed a piece of paper out this kid's hand, ripped it in half in front of his face, and said, "You don't get the rest of the picture for today. You came in too late." No. And I was like, so for this kid.
trying to think.
If that were, I literally would have started crying. Because what do you mean you just ripped the piece of paper out of my hand in front of the whole class?
Everybody. In front of
And
everybody.
everyone, like when he started running, the whole class was like, wait a minute. And though everyone turned and just watched it.
Yeah.
And then he just casually walked down the stairs and then went back to the blackboard and was like, and don't ever try that again. If you guys are late, you're late. You don't get the participation. Is it ever that serious? Is it ever that serious? And then he just casually goes back to being lecture, like he didn't just traumatize this kid at the top of the stairs. And I
Did
was
he come back
like,
to class that day? Or was he late? I forget.
I'm not sure because I low-key kind of
You
forgot what the
go?
kid looked like.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just like, I hope he did. I hope so.
That's crazy.
I hope
That
so.
would have scarred me. Low
Oh
cal.
yeah.
Would have dropped the class.
Yeah, I would have dropped the class. I would have started crying. And like, that's so embarrassing. Or I would make sure to be the earliest person to class every single day. You would never catch me slipping ever again.
That's crazy, bro.
But yeah, I felt so bad for him. I was like, dang.
Mm-mm.
But you know what? You live and you learn. But anyways, I guess the last question. Oh, that is the last question. Do you have any advice for people trying to pick whether or not to stay in state or out of state? And then we can go to the friendship questions.
Honestly, uh, don't even know at this point. My advice for sure is just don't don't apply. Don't even give yourself the option of applying to a school in your home state or like within like a 2 hour radius. Just because it's like, bro, go see somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like you've
Yeah, like you
probably
have your whole life to be at home.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Like, come on.
you could always come back home, visit holidays, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You already know what that area is like and you've already experienced it. Why not take the opportunity for the next 4 years? Go live somewhere else. Go live in LA. Go live in now I will say I feel like LA is a good place to go to college for
But
college.
I feel like it also depends on your major because LA does have like a lot of like really cool opportunities and stuff. But yeah, I guess it really depends on
Well,
your
because just
major.
I was gonna say like if I did not come here for college, I probably wouldn't have come here at all to live in. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
very true. I would not be here.
Yeah. Because I'm just like also like movie premieres. Well, I haven't been to no movie premieres yet, but different like there's just different like cool things. Like we've been to like award shows. We went to the NAACP awards. What other award show did we go to? Just like other like types of like LA
Yeah.
experiences. Like I wouldn't have never experienced them
For
if I
the
didn't go to
free
college.
ski. For the
For the free
free.
ski, yeah. It's this thing
Free.
called seatfillers.com. Like you fill it out, if they select you, literally you come dressed up, you literally get to sit next to like people like Taylor Swift or like what's it called?
Didn't y'all meet Yar Shahidi?
Yara Shahidi. If you're watching this, thank you again for the picture. Love you so much. Yara Shahidi. Who else did we meet? I was sitting right next to dang, I forgot his name. He's very famous. I forgot his name.
I will
He's
access.
very famous. I was sitting right next to him, and then just like experiences like that I probably
Yeah.
would have never
And
had.
then like the SAG Awards literally happened at the building right next to this. And I saw like a bunch of different people. I saw
Yeah,
Starkey. I saw Kiki Palmer.
yeah.
The way people started yelling Kiki, she rolled up her window so fast. She was like, "Y'all need to leave me alone." I was like, "Dang."
But
But
yeah, I mean, I would definitely go. Definitely don't apply to any colleges in your home state if you can, if you are able to like have that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Because I do get um there's situations in which people do have to stay kind of close to home, which also is very understandable. But if you can, I would take the opportunity, go somewhere else within that state. But if not, look at out of state like Elizabeth did. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day,
yeah, for
you
sure.
still have that space to come back to, if of course
Yeah.
if it's a good environment, especially. Um, so yeah,
I guess like some advice that I would say in regards to like staying in state or going out of state, I would definitely weigh your options for sure. Like do a lot of research. Like is like are all the schools you're applying to, are they really good for your major? Like what is just the environment of the school like? The student ratios. Like if you're really big on like having a school that have like a lot of people that look like you, definitely look into that. Because isn't USC's the black population like
it's
5%?
like five
You're
percent.
like 5%, which is like really small. But I feel like since the majority of my friends are black, I don't really notice it as much. So
I don't
if
know.
I'm being completely honest, I really don't notice it.
Yeah,
So it's like, yeah, I feel like,
I feel like USC is very diverse.
yeah, trying to find a school that's like a good fit for you, like environment wise, definitely like finances. Like, don't accept going to a school if you know you can't pay for it, obviously, because then you'll take out a bunch of loans, you'll be in debt. And like, for some people, that's worth it because it's like their dream school and they really want to go there. But then, like, if you really can't afford it, I'm sorry, but like it's really not worth it. Like you can get the same degree at another school and like have the experiences that you would have never had if you went to the other school and you're not going to be in debt. Like sometimes debt really is not worth it. I'm so sorry. It's really not. Like why are you in thousands of dollars of debt after you graduated and at the end of the day you're like, "Oh, I didn't really like this school in the first place." Like was that really worth it? No, it
Definitely
wasn't.
not.
So yeah, definitely weigh your options, look at finances. If you know you want to go to school, it's like out of your budget, start saving up early, get a summer job, get an internship, like do what you got to do to make your dreams come true.
Hmm.
Like I'm not gonna knock anybody, be like, oh, don't do it, it's not worth it.
Yeah,
But like if you really, really want to do something, you need to make it happen. You need to
yeah.
make it work. Like you need to do, like I said, do what you got to do. But Yeah, I think that's my advice. Weigh your
I
options.
was gonna say something else too. Something else that you said was very. I forgot what it was. That's all good.
Yeah, if you remember later, you can just say it. So now we're gonna get into the friend questions. Say, um, I guess we can start off. How did we become friends?
Good question. I feel like I don't remember the first time we met. But, like we have a lot of like shared friends, and so I feel like that
Yeah,
was kind of like the main. And also, your roommate was literally from my city, so I feel like that's kind of also how.
Adina Aaron goes in her own Spotify. She has three,
Three
three
songs,
songs out.
stream,
Go
Adina
stream
Eric,
Spotify,
Spotify, yeah.
like, follow. Period.
But yeah, I mean, and then we also lived like right next to each other. Like the buildings was literally like right this. So I'd always go up to like a couple of our friends' apartments. Sometimes she'd be there. But I feel like we got a lot more closer this year, low key. Um, so I would say definitely like dorm proximity is always like
Yeah,
helpful
for
in
sure.
terms of making friends. Um, that's like unless you remember exactly how.
I'm not sure. I think I was in like one of our like mutuals apartments for sure, and like you were always there for something. Either like doing homework or like food,
Because they had a kitchen.
something. And then yeah, I'd go visit them, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, this is our friend Mecca," and I was like, "Oh hi," and then yeah, we became friends that way. So I feel like it's like low key. A lot of the friends that I've made at USC is really because they're like they were friends of a friend,
Yeah.
or like because USC does this thing to where when they first like accept new freshmen, somebody makes like a Instagram page with like all the different
Oh, I
like
forgot about
freshmen on there, and they start following all the people who recently posted, "Oh, I got into USC,"
that.
and then that's also how I met a couple people because
Yeah.
like I started following people and people started following me, and then like on my first day moving in, I saw like a couple of the friends that I have now. I saw them in like the hallway, and I was like, "Oh hey," and then they were like, "Oh wait, I follow you on Instagram," and then took like a random walk around campus in like the middle of the night. It was really random, but now we're still friends now, so I'm just like, you know what,
Would
spontaneous
you say you're friends with like
thing.
the people you met like during movie week?
Kind of. I mean, some people that I met during moving week, either I literally don't know where they are. I feel like in my mind they fell off the face of the earth, or I still do talk to them.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because like the freshman year friend group that I had, yeah, we also talk to each other now. Like we were called the Circle freshman year. It was like eight, nine of us, I think, and now we evolved to the Oval because we added some people. But yeah, it was all girls. Now there's
Three guys.
three guys added. So yeah, now we're the Oval. But we can get one of these days. We need to do an episode with like
Low key, low
everybody.
key, yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna have to figure it out because
It's just
there are not enough microphones for that, and we'd have to find like a big room. But this room is looking kind of hot, so this would not be ideal.
yeah.
Maybe like someone's apartment, and then like it'd be two people on this microphone, two people on your microphone, and then like the clip-on microphones, and then
Yeah.
they'd have to like stitch the audio together
That's my idea.
somehow.
You can make it
But
work.
we can make it work.
Yeah.
So one of these days, look up for an Oval episode,
Mhm.
but probably next semester because the semester
It's
is
just it's
wrapping
done.
up.
It's done.
Yeah, it's
It's
wrapping
done.
up. But yeah, I guess we can go to question one. What was your friend group like when you first started college, and how has it changed?
Um, I feel like I hang out with the same people low key.
Yeah,
I feel like those people like I met them like through that like group chat low key, or at least some of them,
but
right?
yeah, someone made a Snapchat group chat with all the black students at
Yeah,
USC. So
yeah. I will say like most of my well, not even most. Not well, I won't say all, but most of my friends like they are either black, or, like African American, or Nigerian, or like even like
Nigerian,
Ethiopian, Ghanaian, Eritrean,
really just Africans.
Kenyan, African,
We
yeah,
Africans.
low key.
Yeah,
So I feel like that's kind of like the side of USC that I've like been on this whole entire like journey. And so I hang out with the same people. Love my friends. I feel like definitely the people
you
that I've
answer
met.
like a little
Oh, my
closer.
bad.
Or like just try to stay, yeah,
I feel like it was good.
a little closer. Or like
Cool.
angle the mic upwards.
Oh, this is new. Sorry. Hello?
No, like try to get your mic to where mine is, low key. Yeah, like
Test.
this.
Hello.
Angle it back towards you. Like if you're gonna like sit up,
Yeah. Hello. Can
yeah,
you hear me? Okay.
period.
Okay. My bad, y'all. I would say, yeah. I love my friends. I feel like definitely like I keep saying, like I feel like I couldn't imagine a world where I didn't meet like the people that I hang out with right now. Just because it's like we're all kind of characters, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone's pretty unique. We're all literally, studying and doing like amazing things,
Period.
like very different things too. Like we have people who are business majors, people who are engineering majors, people who are pre-med, pre-law. And so I feel like that's something that I also like cherish a lot too, just because like I feel like I was in the same boat in terms of comparing like just like a regular traditional school versus like going to like a all kind of STEM heavy school like Georgia Tech or like MIT. And so that I'm definitely grateful for because even till this day, I remember the conversation I had with my dad about like, oh, like why won't you apply to MIT? Like why I was telling him the reason I gave, I was like, I want to be around like people who are, from different like
Yeah,
who are interested in different
like
things, you know what I'm saying?
non-engineering.
Non-engineering. I was like, what if like my best friends, like, what if they're not engineers? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And most of them aren't. And so I think, I don't know. It's been a good experience. But I love my friends. Love the people at USC. Honestly, for the most part, because
yeah.
there are some crazy people out
They are
there.
some interesting individuals at this school.
But I feel like at least the people we hang around, like
Yeah,
everyone's like a vibe. Everyone's cool.
yeah.
Everyone's very like down to earth. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel like same for me, kind of like how I said earlier, pretty much around the same people. And then, because I feel like everyone also has like different friend groups that they're with based on like where they're at
That's true.
specifically. So for me, like my freshman year friend group, I definitely hang out with them still, obviously. But then I've also like now that I go to like the church that I go to, I have like a church specific friend group. The groups intermingle sometimes because they're also like mutual like connections there.
Everybody knows everybody.
Everybody knows everybody, especially if you're black at USC.
Yeah.
You most likely know a bunch of the same people that someone else knows.
Yeah.
Even if you don't know their name, you've seen them, heard of them, something.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, it's really like, yeah, I have like my freshman year friend group and like friends that I've made like in classes and like then my church friend group.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty much the same people from freshman year. I mean, there's been like some add-ons,
Yeah, for
obviously,
sure.
but like, yeah, pretty much the same.
It's valid.
Question number two. Did you find it easy or hard to make new friends at USC?
Look, I found it really easy. And honestly, yeah, I found it really easy to the point where I felt bad for like my friends at home who were like also going to college too. Cause like, like we'd be talking, every like once in a while, it'd be like, oh, how's it for you? Especially like that August, September, like October, since like it was like still kind of fresh, like college life.
Yeah.
A lot of them were not like they were not doing well, they were doing well, but in terms of the whole like social setting, like a lot of them like weren't necessarily as happy. And like sometimes I was to be like, dang, like not like any type of like cocky like behavior or anything like that or like cocky mindset, but like I was posting a lot about like USC on my Instagram and even TikTok. And so a lot of people saw like the welcome back concert that we did, like when Flo Millie came. A lot of people saw like the village light up the night that happened where that's where like a lot of the black people actually met that one specific night.
That's
And then just like and all the other experiences I was having at USC, like right then and there, that were like already so quick, where it was like, dang, like how am I here? Like actually, you know what I'm saying? And so when I was hearing, other school like friends from back home talking about their experiences, I was like, always talking about, dang, like I met this person, I met that person, like these people are cool, all that stuff. And then going back to them, it was like, oh shoot, like they're not really having like the same type of experience as me. And so to that, it felt like I was kind of like outgrowing them already, kind of like the outgrowing kind of started happening like a really fast in terms of that like growth rate. And I still talk to them till this day. You know what I'm saying? I feel like definitely the first couple of months, like you might not talk to your at home friends that
yeah.
much just because you're meeting so many new
Kind of
people.
like live in the moment as much as you can.
Exactly. And like you're trying to like actually get to know like these new people that you're spending like the next 4 years with. You know what I'm saying? And so you already know like the people that you're friends with back home. Like, of course they might be like for lifers. You know what I'm saying? But it's like these, of course, they're not gonna be with you with these next 4 years. Like I guess physically in that space, and so that's kind of what I found. It was just kind of like a weird thing that I noticed that was like a trend with like a lot of people. Like they weren't necessarily really enjoying at least the first couple of months of their freshman year. Just because like the transition might have been hard, or just they weren't necessarily meeting people that they thought uh were like long-term friends. But I feel like I met like my long-term friends like literally the first week, even the first day, because I'm still friends with them till this day. So yeah, I mean, I feel like that type of experience, it's like very I don't know if it's God's plan. Like I don't know, but it honestly, again, I keep saying it, like it feels unreal, and I can't imagine a world where I didn't meet the people that I met or I'm friends with right now. So I don't know. I know I also prayed about it a lot in high school just because I did not like the people I went to high school with. So I mean that's another maybe podcast episode for another day. But I definitely think it's something that I did pray for, like people that surrounding myself with people who are one like-minded, two surrounding myself with people who look like me,
That's a
and
big one.
then three, just surrounding myself with serious people. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So I definitely think I prayed a lot for those three in high school and during this whole college admissions process, and I feel like God kind of answered my prayers. So
Do you think there's any friends that you have outgrown,
here,
or like back home or here?
back home, yes. Here, also yes. Unfortunately, here I wouldn't say outgrown is really the right word, but I think maybe like on two different kind of paths, like
Yeah.
two different kind of
Gone separate
trajectories,
ways.
gone separate ways. Yeah, like I think it's to a point where like cordial is kind of like the status now. You know what I'm saying? But like as close as like we used to, maybe freshman year, like probably not. No, which is honestly again, you're gonna experience that.
Yeah,
That's
life
normal. Life just
happens,
happens.
and it's
Yeah,
okay.
it's perfectly fine. Like
Yeah,
you don't. That's another thing. You don't have to be friends with everybody.
that too. You do not
You really
screw
don't have to be
everybody.
friends with
Because at
everybody.
a certain point, it gets exhausting, and
Yeah.
you're just like, yeah, you're overstimulating yourself,
Hmm.
and yeah, you're overstretching yourself, overstimulating yourself. Like it's just
Yeah.
a lot, and I'm just like,
You don't
yeah,
have to be friends with everybody. You can be cool with everybody, and of course, everybody has their different definition of friendship, which I feel like
that
also
kind of makes things complicated
it
sometimes.
makes things complicated. Yeah. So, but definitely at home for sure. Like my best friend that literally like, I mean, his sister goes here now, but we're not really like, we don't really talk like that. Just because I mean, some stuff happened to where like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very understandable why we don't talk no more, but definitely that was like the definition of like outgrown. Just because I remember like when we did hang out because he's nearby. He goes to Riverside, which is like in the IE area, so it's about an hour away. But I remember there was this one time he picked me up because we were all hanging out with like our at home friends, um, up in Fullerton, and I remember being in the car and just like it's huh. Like just the conversation. It was cool. It was normal. It was how it used to be, but like that was like a problem to me. Like it just felt too
Like stagnant,
it
like
felt stagnant. It
stuck
felt
in the past.
yeah.
Like
It felt like Sacramento, if that makes sense. It didn't feel like we're in Los Angeles now. It felt like we're back in like high school. Like I don't know. So yeah, unfortunately, I mean, but again, it's part of life. So it's like it is what it is type. But again, I mean, even if you're not as close to people that you might have been close to, I mean, still wish people the best, you know what I'm saying?
for
Because
sure, yeah.
you never
Like
know
I
what
still
people are
care
going
about
through.
you, but like we're just not as close as we used to be, and
Exactly.
that's okay. It's okay.
It's perfectly fine, yeah.
Yeah.
What
I
about you?
guess for me, in regards to making friends, mm, I'm an introvert. I don't really like talking to people. I get overstimulated fast. So when I'm in like big groups of people, I'm just like, my brain is like, I gotta go. I need to leave. But I feel like freshman year, I really just try to like push myself out of my comfort zone, especially with the people that I met through Instagram. And they're like, oh, hey, is that Elizabeth? This, and that, da, da, da. And they're like, oh, hey. Even though like on the inside, I was like, bro, I want to go to bed. But I was like, you know what? I need to push myself out of my comfort zone. Because, like, if I'm at USC and I'm in LA for the next 4 years, I can't just not talk to anybody. I can't just stay in my room and like self isolate because that's ridiculous. Like you need to do something. Like I know there definitely might be people listening to this who like you get really anxious or like you get overstimulated easily or something, but sometimes you just got to like be uncomfortable for the next 4 years to not also be uncomfortable. Because if I didn't make myself uncomfortable freshman year, I would have no friends right now. Like I'd be lonely and sad, and I'm like, I'm not vibing with that. I'm so sorry, but no. So I'm just like, and all the like friendships I have now, all the like outings I've gone out to with my friends, I would have never gone on any of those if I didn't push myself out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, because freshman year for sure, there was like one example was there was this one party I went to with a group of people. I got so overstimulated and I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go. So I literally called the lift and left. And then 20 minutes later, yeah, I just left. I didn't tell anybody I was leaving. I didn't say
That
nothing.
happens.
So
Yeah.
like I literally left, went back to my room, took a shower, made some food. I was in bed watching the show. 20 minutes, like 20, 30 minutes maybe passed by. One of my friends called me and said, Elizabeth, where you at? I've been looking for you at this party. I was like, oh, I'm in bed. I'm gone. And then she was like, "That's so dangerous. Why didn't you say anything?" And I was like, "Oh, I got overstimulated. I had to leave."
Oh no, you should have said something. But
Yeah, I should have probably told somebody. I should have, yeah, because yeah, they was definitely that to something. But yeah, I should have said something. But obviously, I haven't done that since. But yeah, definitely should have said something. But you know, it's okay. But yeah, I feel like also with like the clubs that I've joined and like church is like a really good way to make friends. 'Cause, like you're all there for like the same reason. So like it's like common mindsets, common like things. So yeah, I feel like a lot of my friends I definitely made through church. And then again, just like putting myself in my comfort zone. Have I outgrown people? For sure. I literally don't talk to anyone in high school at all, except for like three people. Yeah, the annoying one who's at Stanford. Literally the only people I still talk to from my high school were people who were also in like the same like pathway as me because I was in the aerospace pathway. So like three people from that pathway, including the Stanford individual and this one other girl who was in the engineering pathway. And that's about it. The two people who I called like my besties in high school, we do not talk anymore. And yeah, I feel wait, there's one other person I talked to, and yeah, that's about it. Like maybe like four or five.
I feel like also with that, right? Like high school friendships, like when you come to college and you kind of like start like reflecting and all that, like I feel like a lot of those friendships were also made because of proximity,
Yeah, proximity.
because either we lived close to each other or literally like we've gone through like elementary, middle school, and like high school together and all that. Well, yeah, I feel like that's kind of like the main thing, proximity.
Yeah,
And like low key, like you kind of see that happen here. I'll probably talk about it like later in like another question, but like proximity plays
a big
a
role
big
in
part
like forming of like
forming a
friendships
friendship, yeah.
and stuff.
Which is fine, but then once that proximity kind of like basically like is eliminated in a sense, if you're not living in the same building as your friends that you're calling like your close friends, and then you kind of see like how that kind of starts to take course in that friendship, because you may not, so now that you're not living in the same building, you can't just walk downstairs to your friend's room, like
Yeah,
in order
like
to
you have
see
to
that
put in the
you have to
effort
put
to
in that
go
effort.
see them,
Yeah,
either scooter, bike, walk,
yeah.
take a lift or
So
something.
that's where friendships, that's where
They
it gets
get tested
tricky.
for
Yeah,
real. Yeah,
actually gets tested, because it now you get to see like, okay, are we actually like
like friends for real.
friends, or was it just because like we lived in the same building?
Yeah.
So,
'Cause, like the whole like distance makes the heart grow fonder. It also like really shows like the depth of your friendship and also have you thinking, like kind of like you said, like are we friends for real? Or like what are their like motivations? What are their passions? Like what are the things that are important to them? And do those align with what's important to me? Like
yeah,
is what's important to you like always having fun, always going out, always doing this? Well, that's not a bad thing. That cannot be your only priority.
yeah,
So if you are like someone like that and then like I just sit down to like think about that. I'm just like, we really don't need to be friends for real. Like it's okay if we're not friends. Like I don't it's not that I don't like you. It's that like you're the things that you focus on and that like drive and push you as a person are not the things that drive and push me as a person.
that's
And we're gonna end up butting heads one of these days and our friendship's gonna end on like bad terms. And to avoid that, I'ma just
with myself,
yeah, I'm gonna just
or
remove
just
myself.
distance.
Or just like yeah, form distance, set
Yeah,
boundaries, like try to do what I
yeah.
gotta do for my benefit and for your benefit. But have I grown out of people at USC? I feel like yeah, definitely freshman year. Because when people get on my nerves, I was like, yeah, you need to go. So I was telling people out left and right, say, get away from me. But some of those people, I talk to them now because then I'm just like, I was being dramatic freshman year, high key. But yeah, there's definitely some people who like freshman year. I feel like with me, well, I have good intuition with certain people because I'm just like, you're kind of weird. Nobody want to listen to me. But then when they start acting weird, I'm just like, what did I say? Did I say? So yeah. Also, it's like just having discernment in certain situations and like
Yeah,
knowing what you should and shouldn't say in like certain things. It's
for
like
sure.
if this person should even be around you, if you should even be within this like situation, if
Yeah,
these are people that you should actually be friends with in the first place.
yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of things to consider. What are some red flags you've learned to watch for within college friends? And then I'll just
Oh,
pair with the
that's a
second
good question.
like okay, so college friend red flags, and then have you had a moment where you felt really supported by your friends?
Yeah, literally today. But I'll talk about the red flags first. I'm sorry. I'm not someone who I don't like. Okay, college. Experiment. You know what I'm saying? Like, do what you got to do. Whatever. I know college a big thing. Alcohol and drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a big
Especially at
thing.
USC.
Especially at USC. We're a
Oh,
party school. We're definitely a party school. And so
oh,
for me, I feel like there's nothing wrong. I don't have a problem with people who drink or smoke
but everything
per
in
se.
moderation. Moderation.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. Moderation. If you smoke like, every once every 2 weeks, like I'm not gonna say anything. Do
A
live your
pack
life.
a day is crazy.
A pack a day, every other day.
Whoa.
That's where the problem. That's why I start getting uncomfortable to call you my friend. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it's like,
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't want to
what's
affiliate
going
myself
on?
with you.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I feel like that's always kind of been like my red flag that I can instantly like tell someone like, nah, bro, like that's not really how I roll. Mind you, I mean, granted, we are all 21 now, and so of course I feel like some people might start drinking a little bit more because they legally can now. But of course, moderation, drink socially, not you popping a bottle of wine every single night. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh,
that's not the move. That's not what I'm looking
yeah.
for in friendships. Down to drugs too. You can't be popping oxy. Like,
Adderall, something. Because I was walking past this one dude while I was scootering past this one dude,
yeah,
and he was talking to his friends. People at USC talk so loud to have
they do.
everybody in their business.
They
And he
look you
was like,
do.
bruh, guess what happened yesterday? And his friends was like, what? And then he was like, I pushed the limits of my Adderall, and I'm currently suffering the consequences. But, oh well,
Okay.
what? And I was like, he
See,
didn't seem like
yeah,
self-reflective of
nah.
that at all. Like he said, I pushed the limits of my Adderall.
As
No
in,
lesson was
as you were like you're happy that you accomplished that. Like, no,
no
that's
lesson was learned. And I was like, that's not good for your health. That's not good for your safety. Like, I was literally giving a presentation about like alcohol consumption at USC. And I was like, if you're that friend that you see your friend at a party, your friend like is definitely like high or like has drinking way too much,
intoxicated.
intoxicated, and you don't help your friend, you're a bad friend. I would say that with my
That's
whole
a red
chest.
flag too.
That's another red flag. If you're a friend that can't hold your friend accountable, like whether your friend is like intoxicated or your friend is literally making a scene somewhere and you don't go to help them, or your friend is clearly in the wrong in an argument or a situation
And
and
then you
they're
don't say anything.
escalating and you don't say anything, or your friend says something that they
Yeah,
should not have said and they're being like mean or rude or disrespectful or like
yeah,
bullying someone.
yeah.
At our big ages, why are we being bullies? That's ridiculous.
That's a red
And you
flag.
don't say anything to your friend to hold them accountable,
Yeah.
you like are basically telling them that that's okay and it's not okay.
Enablers.
Yeah, you're
Nothing.
enabling your friend. That you're
Nothing.
being an enabler,
Yeah.
and yeah,
That's another
you're a
big
bad
red
friend.
flag. Yeah. Because it's
People
just
who
like,
yeah
why? Like, especially the type of friendships that one you should really be looking for too within college are people who are also going to call you out on your
yeah
BS if you're messing up, if you're doing
yeah
things you're not supposed to be doing. Like, those are the people that low key, like, bro, you need those people in your life because it's like you can't have someone who's literally going to let you just do
just do
anyhow.
whatever. Be like,
You know
oh
what
yeah,
I'm saying?
that's cool, that's fine. You'll
It's
go live
not
your life.
good. It's
No,
not good. And so you should feel comfortable with calling your friends out, and they should also feel comfortable with
calling
calling you
you
out.
out because that needs to happen.
Yeah.
Because my freshman year, I don't know what it was, but yeah, I was. Oh, anyone get on my nerves? Da da da. Like there was this one event that I went to, and like really thinking back about it, I was like, dang. Because we went to this one event, we were waiting there for hours, nothing was happening. And the whole time, I didn't even have to go. Like I chose to go.
Mm,
And then the whole time I was complaining the entire time we were there. I was like, bro, could we leave? Like, could we go home?
yeah,
And everyone's like, we finally just got here. Like the event just started. I know it's like really late,
yeah,
but like we're trying to just not have the day be wasted and like at least have like a little bit of fun before we leave.
yeah.
But then I was just complaining the whole time. I was like, bro, literally no one's dancing. Can we go? Da da da. And everyone started getting annoyed with me. And then one of my friends, she like basically yelled at me and she's like, Elizabeth, you're literally killing the mood because all of us are trying to like be like optimistic about this bad situation and you're not being optimistic at all. I need you to be optimistic. And I was so mad the rest of the day. And I was like, why did you do that? That was so rude. But now thinking about it, I'd have been annoyed at me too. Like, girl, be quiet.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, everyone's hot, everyone's exhausted. The date did not go the way we wanted it to at all. Nothing started out on time. Like, everyone was late to everything.
What event?
It was like when USC had that one game at the Rose Bowl, and like everyone went to the Rose Bowl.
Oh, Chile. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like nothing started on time. Nigerians are always on Nigerian, African stuff. Like
Yeah.
everything was late. So when we got there, we couldn't find anybody. Like everyone was giving bad directions. We
Yeah.
got lost so many
Yeah.
times.
Mm,
And then once we finally got to where it was, they're like, "Oh yeah, we're just starting, guys," and we're just like, "And no,
freshman or something.
way." I think yeah, it was like either freshman or sophomore year, and I was like, "Dang!" Like I was just so annoyed that whole day. But yeah, not thinking about it now, I really should just stop complaining and just like
Sometimes
try
you have to
to
try. Yeah.
like make the most of it the moment and then go home and be like, you know what?
Mhm.
We're already here. We already bought. We're ready. Like paid for Lyft to get here. All these different things. Like there's no point in complaining at this point.
Yeah.
Just it's okay.
But it happens to the best of us. So I mean, it's like,
But yeah,
you know
like
what I'm
you live
saying?
and you learn.
Yeah.
Of, like different situations. And like now thinking about it, I'm glad that she called me out about it because it helped me think about it. Because if she never said anything, I'm just like, oh whatever. Like I would have thought I was in the right to this day.
Do you
But
think that one experience kind of shaped how you go about like spending the choice of that?
yeah, I feel like it definitely does. Like me complaining about a situation, is that gonna change the situation? No. Is it gonna make it better? No. Like I'm just gonna make myself more miserable and everyone around me because they have to listen to me complain. So I'm just like, it definitely like helped me like realize that I didn't. You just need to be like when things aren't working out.
Optimistic.
You just need to be more optimistic. Like it may be hard to be optimistic in that instance,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
But like you just got to be optimistic. And then like after the event, like if y'all as a group want to do like a debrief and be
Yeah.
like, next time you should go about it this way, or
Yeah.
like this clearly didn't work.
Yeah.
It was not a good experience for any of us really. So we should do this next time. Maybe this and this and that. Like yeah, I just gotta make the best out of the experience, even if it isn't in the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's okay. So, yeah,
Really agree.
live and you learn. Huh. But would I ever go to the Rose Bowl again? No, it's so
I've
far.
never been.
It is so far for absolutely no reason. And
It's
it
in
was,
Pasadena, right?
yeah, it was
Oh my
hot.
God.
I was like, this is
That's why we have our football games in our
at
Coliseum.
the Coliseum,
Walkable.
right over there. I could scooter, I could walk. Yeah,
Mhm.
no. I'm so sorry for UCLA students. They were literally busing UCLA students there. I'm like, I'm so sorry. But no, that's one thing I like about USC. And USC's flat. All the hills at UCLA, every single time I go there for like something, I'm
I
exhausted.
sweat.
I sweat so bad. And I'm like, yeah, I can't do it. I'm so sorry. It's no. Yeah. Okay. What's your number? Oh, 7. Can you share a moment where you felt really supported by your friends?
Oh yeah. Okay, like just today, right? Like my friend, shout out a ball. I don't know if you're listening, but shout out you. There's the East African Student Association is doing their culture show this Friday. And so she knows like I've been trying to get into photography, like I've
April 11th.
bought a whole camera. Well, I've been at a camera, G7X Mark III, you know what I'm saying? But that's more so for vlogging, and so I actually wanted to like do photography and all that just because I feel like I've been really using college to like tap into my creative element, so that's why I do content on
You getting in your
TikTok.
bag for real.
I
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I really do try. Really do try. But no, yeah, I do content. Trying to diversify it. So trying to also tap into the passion of like photography, right? And so bought the camera. Taking grad pictures actually. So that's been pretty good. Have my first shoot tomorrow. And so she advocated for me. She was like they were looking for photographers, and they were thinking people, and they were like, wait, low key, like why can't y'all just just ask him. Loki, he's getting into photography and all that. And so I think like having friends like that, right? Like
Yeah.
having friends who, you talk about, different passions that you may have. Of course, it's a two-way street, right? And so it's not just someone, talking your ear off. You guys are getting to, grow together and like learn about each other's
Having
passions and
friends
all
that
that.
uplift you helps
For
so
sure,
much,
for
for sure.
sure. And so, had she not had done that, you know what I'm saying? Like my portfolio wouldn't be able to grow the way it is going to go within, well, the way it's going to grow within these next couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? And so, having friends who advocate you,
Yeah.
in spaces that you're not in, I feel like that's very powerful. And honestly, it's just like, dang, I started thinking about that when I was driving back because I had to go somewhere before this, and I was driving back to campus. I was like, dang, like, what did I actually do to deserve friends like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Yeah.
just like it just seems like a lot to like ask for in a sense. I know like that's stuff that I would do for people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see myself always advocating for people, always like going the extra mile. But I feel like I've struggled in the past finding people who would do that for me,
Yeah.
and so I feel like definitely like kind of just that, like, she called me at work, she kind of told me what was up. I was like, dang, like, that was very foreign to me. I was like, what the heck? Like, I've never had this type of like
Yeah.
support, you know what I'm saying? So,
'Cause it's really hard to find friends who like think the way you do, and
hmm
like the sense of, oh, I'm gonna support you, and then you get that support back, and like it's
hmm
a mutual type of support, and
and it
like you
doesn't feel
both just,
transactional.
yeah, and you both just want to see each other grow
hmm
and succeed. Because if you don't want to see your friends succeed, you're weird.
hmm
That's like that is, yeah, that is what it is.
It's
Because
crazy.
you're like, oh, I want to do all these big things with my friends. I don't really care about what they're doing. No, y'all need to, as a friend, you should want to grow with your friend. Like
hmm
y'all should be growing together.
Yeah. So I would say that's like a recent example, but in the past, I feel like specific people they've definitely shown up for me, which I appreciate. So it doesn't go unnoticed. So yeah.
I'd say for me, definitely, like for sure, people have definitely like helped me in the past. More like specifically, like when I went on that mission trip when I was in Guatemala. When I say I like get overstimulated and I'm anxious, oh, I get overstimulated and like, oh, but yeah, because when I was there and they're like, oh, Elizabeth, do you want to go to like that person over there and go spread the gospel? The way I was shaking my boots, bro, I literally could not speak to the point where like I started crying and I was like, I can't do this. But I was like, I literally flew here to do this. Like, what do you mean? That was the whole point of the trip. Like, girl, come on.
Yeah.
So I was literally trying to give myself a pep talk. I was like, yeah, I can't do it.
Because it's
And
not an
then
easy. That's not an easy
no,
like.
yeah, it's like really hard.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's so hard, but like it's hard. Like going up to a stranger and being like, "Oh, do you want to talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?" Like it's so hard. I don't know why. Like it's just so nerve-wracking. But like just
Especially in the
having,
country.
yeah, and going out of the country, but just having like mentors like at church, like just giving all of us support, telling us about like their first experience sharing the gospel and like how they messed up and stuff, and just making us feel like more validated in like our thoughts and experiences. 'Cause I feel like almost every single student on that trip, we all had the exact same experience. We're like we're all just nervous about something. So I feel like just having people there to like affirm you and be like, you made the step to even come on this trip in the first place. Like you made that big of a step, so like you shouldn't let that step go to waste. And like God is seeing what you're doing. Like even
Because
if,
y'all were fundraising too. Yeah.
yeah, like even if what you're saying isn't as eloquent or like as perfect as you thought it was gonna be, you're doing something. Like you shouldn't let that like be disregarded.
Yeah.
So definitely that. And then again, when I was hit by a car, I had to go to like 3, 4 MRIs. I had to go to a chiropractor 2, 3 times a week. Like it was so inconvenient. Then I had to go to like a pain doctor. I had to go to like all these different like appointments and stuff. And those lifts were breaking the bank. They were so expensive. Like going to my MRI back and forth, it was $40, $50 there, $40, $50 back. It was a lot. So having like church mentors, like my specific mentor Jocelyn, being like, okay, I can drive you, I can take you here, I can take you there. If you don't like spend money on this, like that was definitely like a big point where I like felt like really supported. I was so over school at that point. I was like, I just want to go home. The semester needs to end, and I was like, I'm ready to wrap it up. But it's like having her there, just like encouraging me and like buying me like different, like buying me like medication or like buying me like um pain patches or like just stuff like that to like make me feel better was definitely great. And I guess like a recent one, my birthday. I feel like this is the best birthday I've had. like Mecca and my friend Jasmine and Udo, and then they all like came to my apartment with like a cake. I almost started crying. I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
that's so nice." But yeah, because I feel like in high school, even though I had like my high school friends, I don't think I've ever like experienced that, where like people have like gone out of their way to like do something for me on my birthday.
yeah.
Because I feel like I do that for people a lot, but then I'm just like, I don't be feeling that in return.
And you don't feel it
Yeah,
reciprocated.
I'm just like, I don't feel like reciprocated. But I feel like this birthday, there were just like so many people. Like them, for example, they brought a cake, and then like my church friends, like we had like a pottery, like arts and crafts thing in my apartment, and then like everyone was like sending me birthday messages, and like people, like my freshman and sophomore year roommate Adina, and then her current roommate Jayla, they also got me a birthday gift. And then I was like, I just felt so loved. I was like, period love, yeah. But yeah, like just feeling like appreciated. It's such a like overlooked thing. I don't know.
It's
Like
not something that
it's
like
not something like you really like. I feel like people think about it a lot, but
yeah,
we don't like think about it like as much as we should. Like just telling someone, "Oh, you look nice today," or like just showing someone that you appreciate them can really go a long way. Like it can make their whole day, like their whole week
it
even.
shouldn't be a foreign
Like
thing.
it really shouldn't be a foreign
Yeah.
thing. Like showing your friends that you love and appreciate them should not be a foreign thing. Yeah. But yeah, that's my like recent things. Yeah, having good friends, it's like it really just makes you feel great. Like
It's
it makes college life so much
because
easier because like if I didn't have the friends I had now, I'd be like, dang,
you also like you really can't do college by yourself.
yeah, you really can't. College is not like an
Takes
independent type
takes a
thing.
village, yeah. So
Good
it's,
support system, good friends. Yeah.
support system is just
Yeah. And then like the last friendship question, how has college shaped your view of friendship overall?
that's a good question actually.
I mean, you picked it.
Did I actually?
Yes.
Did I have it?
Yes.
Oh sure. Wait. Oh
Dang, we had an hour and 30.
good.
Yeah. But I feel like the conversation's going pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, there's something I want to say. Wait. How have college how has college like shaped how I view friendship? Honestly, it's the effort you put in.
100%.
If they wanted to, they would. I know people
Yeah.
use that for
But yeah,
relationships,
people love
but
relationships, but you
you can use it for
put that to
friends.
the side
You can use it for friends. That
for sure.
applies heavily for friends.
Yeah.
If they wanted to, I'll
Show
give you
up
an
for
example. If they
you.
wanted to show up for you, if they
Yeah.
wanted to show that,
That they
exert that
care.
effort, if they wanted to hang out, if they wanted to talk, if they wanted to
Yeah.
text,
Support you, encourage you,
they
help
would.
you if you need help.
They would because
Yeah.
and they have the ability to. I think something that people get really carried away with in college is the fact that they can say that they're busy. And
That,
it's like I don't really think of that as an excuse. And literally just the other day, so there was this freshman that I'm cool with, and she was texting me trying to get advice about something, and I wasn't purposely not responding, but like I actually was like kind of busy that week in terms of not being able to kind of like respond to her in like a suitable amount of time. And so I saw her, and it's like it'd be at the back of my head like I wanted to connect her with somebody so that she could talk to about like being pre-med in engineering. So at the back of my head I just couldn't like get to it just because like other stuff that I was doing, right? And so I saw her as I was going to the dining hall and instantly remembered. I was like, "Oh my gosh, bro, I'm so sorry. Like, let me send you this contact right now." You know what I'm saying? And she was like, "No, like, don't worry about it. Like, I know you're busy and all that." And I was just like, "Bro, like, that's not an excuse." You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I feel like that's something that like I feel like we as college students like we say a lot like, "Oh, I'm just busy. Like, I'm sorry." Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like that is true to an extent, but at the same time, again, realize one, everybody has a busy schedule. We're all
everyone's
college students,
busy doing something.
especially here. Like, either you're doing academics or you're
Extracurriculars, like
extracurriculars,
something.
passion projects like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so the one thing that I ask for in friendships is communication. You know what I'm saying? Like
Communication is a big
it
thing
goes a long
for
way, and you'll really understand like how easy or how I guess how much problems would be fixed and resolved
if
if
people
people
communicated better.
communicated. Yeah, because it's like if you're busy, if you're about to study from 4 to 7, and like I'm calling you and all that, you can tell me like
Text me and say that.
I'm busy, or hey, if you want to come study with me, that's you know what I'm saying. That's those are there's ways to like
To multitask.
to multitask, to intertwine, like balancing out your friendships. You know what I'm saying? You can study with your friends, or if even if you're not like a big studier with like groups of people like that, just tell me you're studying rather than just declining my calls, not saying anything, and like ghosting until like
Because
two,
what if I was
3 days later.
dying and you're my last call and I just died?
You know what I'm saying? Like that makes zero sense. That makes 0
I'm
sense.
just here dying. And you just stay.
Yeah, and so that's my big thing with people. Like I feel like you're not that busy. No one's
Yeah.
never that
People will
busy.
make time
They
for
will
the
make time.
people and the things that they care enough about to make time
They
for
will
you.
make time.
Like,
Yeah. Because if you're
yeah,
making time to go on your phone and scroll through TikTok
that's
and
it.
watch TikToks for
But
30
you
minutes
can't respond
straight,
to my text message.
there's something wrong with you.
No.
So I
Like,
think that's
like
been something that college has taught me. Like you are never really that busy to like respond to someone's text real quick
yeah.
and tell them either, hey, here's what I'm going through right now, and then this is why I kind of can't talk
Or
right
like
now.
with a question, I don't have that answer. Maybe I can get back to you later about it.
Yeah,
Something.
something,
Or
just
that.
something. That's all I ask for, just something. But then that's a lot for people to to kind of, I guess, take with them and kind of deal
Yeah.
with.
I've definitely gotten better at that because like sometimes if someone asks me a question, I don't have an answer. My default thing was to be like in my head, I'll be like, I'll think about it, and then I think that I responded, and then I actually didn't respond.
Yeah,
And then I look back hours later, I'm like, but like I'll apologize, like I'll text, I'm so sorry, I thought I responded,
yeah.
and explain myself,
Most of it's
and
innocent.
then respond.
Most of it
Yeah.
is innocent, and so with that, I wouldn't say jump. So start jumping to conclusions and start cutting people off or
Oh, you're a
anything
bad
like
friend. I'll
that.
cut you off.
Yeah,
That's
but
dramatic.
you will realize within college, especially as you go through again. That's why I brought up the whole proximity thing, just
Yeah.
because like I feel like freshman and sophomore year, a lot of people, a lot of their friends, they were in the same building. But now that we're all juniors, everyone is
Yeah, we're all in different
now
buildings. I mean, some of us are still in like
the same
the
building.
same building, but
But
like Mike is not in the same building, or a lot of other friends are not in this building.
yeah,
So
a lot of people are living
like
uh
off campus.
mad far from campus
Yeah.
or like a little bit close, but still in like another area. You know what I'm saying? And so you see people now struggling to actually coordinate like link up times, like hey, like are you free this day, to like catch up, that, you know what I'm saying. And so it's definitely the effort you put in, and I feel like, again, like not to like brag or anything like that, but I really do feel like I do put in a lot of effort in terms of like maintaining my friendships, just because that's like something that is very important to me, especially coming here and like, I guess, making the friends that I did, like, because again, that was something that I prayed for during high school, like having serious friends, you know what I'm saying, like no nonsense people around me, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. And so, and also taking into account in my head, we're graduating next year.
That too.
You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
have time to play around.
No
I
time to
need
play around, like, and all, ooh, no, this is something else. So it's like we're graduating next year, and then also I feel like summer is a good test to see like who you kind of still talk to, or
that
like
too. Yeah.
how often you talk to them, and like who reaches out first, maybe who needs that nudge, maybe you guys just text and that's perfectly fine. Maybe you need to call, like all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because summer, basically, like you're not near anyone. Again, a lot
Yeah.
of people are out of state. You don't live near any of your college friends, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And so that's really the test to see like what
Gotta
that
put in
really.
the effort to like keep. Yeah, because
You got
like
to keep it
for
going.
our group chat, someone like will randomly just start a FaceTime, and then like everyone will just join, and they'll be on there talking
And
about
that's good enough.
just doing like a little
Yeah,
cute catch up,
that's
like
good
be like,
enough.
oh, how's your summer been? This
Yeah,
and that, yada yada yada.
it's about the effort you really make,
Yeah.
because we're graduating next year.
Yeah.
People are going to be even busier.
Out of here.
You know what I'm saying? People are going to med school, grad
Yeah.
school. People are starting their lives already, working full-time jobs. You know what I'm
People are
saying?
getting
People are
married.
getting married. I don't know nobody getting married here. I won't lie.
Two of my friends are getting married. It's
Here,
like, dang. One of them here, one at a different school back home.
I don't.
It's like,
Yeah,
dang, yo, doing big things, bro. Like, geez, one of
yeah.
the
It's
misses.
it's really about the effort. Don't give anyone an excuse, because
Yeah,
if they really wanted to, they would make the time to catch up, or just make the time to keep the friendship going. You know what I'm saying? And so I would just, for that, as a piece of advice, I would just say know your worth. You know what I'm
that
saying?
too.
Like,
Don't let anyone diminish your worth because
yeah,
you are worth so much.
yeah.
Like, Don't let anyone make you think that you're less than you are.
Especially because now, at least for me, I've seen friendships that reciprocate like tenfold. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
so
And
I'm
so,
not gonna settle for a friendship where I don't feel valued.
yeah,
If I don't feel like you're valuing me, or if I feel like this friendship is not like not helping me, but it's like
what
we're not on the same like
not on the same
wavelength.
wavelength. Yeah,
Yeah, then it's okay. I don't need to be your friend.
yeah. And or maybe you guys are just cordial again. You
Yeah,
know what
or
I'm
we
saying?
could just
Like
be cordial.
there's different types of friendships because a lot of people they tend to use the word friend, very loosely.
Yeah, because some
Compared
people
to
they
others.
friends with everybody, but
Yeah.
like, are you really friends with everybody?
Or you
Probably
think
not.
that.
That
Yeah.
like, are you? Yeah. I'm just like, dang. Okay, period. Well, that's our last question. I feel like this was a pretty good episode. Like, we answered a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Like,
It
we
brought up some memories. I won't lie.
yeah, brought up some good things. Had some time to reflect. You know, but yeah, dang. Is there any like last things you want to say?
Treat people how you want to be treated.
Mhm.
You're a unique person. This, going to college, I feel like I always say college is like a social experience.
Don't limit yourself
Don't
either.
limit yourself. Yeah, there's a lot of different opportunities that you could take advantage of, and so it'll be scary to kind of take that first step to take that opportunity. But I feel like looking back, especially now that we're juniors, it's kind of just like, dang, like we really did a lot of stuff, a lot of uncomfortable stuff in the moment, and it's like we probably wouldn't be like the people that we are now, like had we not had done those things, you know what I'm saying? And one of those things is literally like coming here, like out of state, coming 6 hours away and like not really even going home that much, and so really just kind of take in the whole college experience for what it is. I don't know if anyone's listening if you're in college right now or you're about to, go to college, if you're a high school senior, maybe even juniors, but these next 4 years, like they really do go by like really fast. And so really just like take in the moment, exist, be present, and have fun. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
college isn't always about like academics or like extracurriculars. Sometimes you kind of just need to laugh with your friends.
Yeah, because
So
you don't want to have any regrets. Because if you're like, oh, all I did my whole 4 years was study and go to class and do all these things, you're gonna regret it.
yeah.
Like it won't like yes, it'll be worth it because you're like, oh, I got a perfect GPA, I did this, I did that, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. But like when you look back at college, let's say like you're in the future, you get married and have kids, and kids like, oh, how was college for you? You're like, all I did was study. Boring. Like I'm not. No.
Mm-mm.
Like I want to be able to look back at my college days and be like,
Laughing.
yes, it was hard, but like I had some great memories with my friends. Like I
Yeah.
did so many things that I would have never thought I would do.
Like I don't even want to talk
Like
about the academics. I want to tell you
like yeah, I don't
about
want to talk about
how
the academics at all. Like
uh,
academics are academics. Like that's what happens at any college you go to. But like the experiences that I actually experienced, like the friendships that I formed, like the bonds I made with
yeah,
people, like the things that I got to do is what I want to be able to talk about.
yeah,
And like to be like excited talking about the not being like, oh, I didn't do anything. I just stayed in my room all
for
four
sure.
years.
I believe agree.
No. It's okay. Because if I'm paying all the money that I'm paying to be at this
I'm
school,
gonna have fun.
I'm hey,
Yeah, trust,
the school's resources will be mine.
trust,
Like
trust.
every lounge, every free school event, every free food, you will be seeing me there. I'll be eating
Shield
everything,
15,
eating everything.
which I feel
Yeah,
like
it's like
I didn't
no,
get.
I didn't think I got that either. Like
Yeah,
the summer before I came to USC, I went to like a summer internship where I was a camp counselor, and the food they were giving us there was not it. Like I was eating ham and
at
eggs almost
USC.
every single day. No, it was I was in Wisconsin.
Okay.
I had so much ham and eggs and cheese and bread. I was like, I got the pre-college freshman 15. So at my freshman year, I said
Yeah,
I'm losing this.
yeah.
So instead of gaining 50 pounds, I lost 50 pounds. I gained over the summer.
It's also that I
It's
thought it was
like,
trash.
yeah, dining hall food is not good. To the point where like I barely ate freshman year until end of sophomore year when I got that EBT card. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The amount of snacks and food I buy is ridiculous. But I'm eating healthier now because I can actually pick what I want to eat. Because dining
Mm,
hall food is not good. But yeah, I guess that's another thing advice. If you can get like an EBT card or food stamps, you better get it.
Mondo,
You need to get
Mondo.
it immediately. Because
Mhm.
when I didn't have it, I would call my sister and be like, hey, you want to buy me groceries? And she would say yes sometimes. And we're like, great. Because, like, yeah, college food is really not the healthiest unless you're like eating like a super straight diet of like
Yeah,
only eating like the salad stuff they have there. Like they have some good protein stuff sometimes. It's like, I'm man.
Yeah.
But yeah, dang. We're almost done. Got the rest of this semester and then next year, and then that's it.
It's crazy.
No, it is really crazy. Dang. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. And now we're going to the last segment, which is the reflective segment. Because I feel like after all this talking, we need some time to reflect or like something that you can like take to think about after you leave this. Maybe you got some lessons from what we said, but I'm here to give you a solidified lesson. So for this segment, it is called the Sip of Scripture. And for today's topic for Sip of Scripture is planted with purpose. Because everyone has a purpose or like a passion that they have or like the reason that they're doing what they're doing. Like the reason you picked the major that you have currently. So before we close, the verses for today. So first regarding like picking your college, going in and out of state, the verse that I picked for today is Jeremiah 29:11, which says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a good future." So like for your college journey, whether you stayed close to home or like you go across the country or like just out of state in general, God's hands are on your path. Like God has our best interests at heart. So for me wanting to go to MIT or like whatever school I wanted to go to, you wanted to go to UPenn or wanted to go to Rice, like that may have been what you wanted, but it wasn't what you actually needed. And like God knew that. So while in that moment we both may have been sad that we didn't get into the college we wanted to go into, or like we didn't get like the certain thing that we wanted to get. God knew that that wasn't what the plan that He had for our life. Because God has such big plans for all of us. Like God, we were all here for a reason. We're all created for a reason. Like God brought us into this world to do great big things and to like live a life that He would be proud of. To live a life that like follows the example that He set for all of us. So you're at the school you're at for a reason. The things you went through, while they may be kind of sucky, but
It's all for the plan.
it's all for the plan. And while you may not understand the plan, or it might not look what you thought it would look like, or what you want it to look like, everything is there for a reason. Like like it's okay.
Preach.
And then now, in regards to friendships, we're gonna look at Proverbs 18 verse 24, and one who has unreliable friends soon comes to ruin, but they're the friend who sticks even closer than a brother. When it comes to college friendships stuff, they can definitely be like wild and like all over the place. And a lot of things may surprise you, but this verse just reminds you to like seek out deep and loyal friendships. Because if you have unreliable friends, like you can't rely on for nothing, they don't support you, they don't help you with anything.
What's the point?
Like, yeah, what's the point of the friendship? Like, that doesn't make any sense. To fill your life with people who are doing nothing for your life, but diminishing the light that God, because God had a light, like God's light is in all of us. Like, and that light needs to shine. And if you don't have friends that are trying to help that light shine, and they're trying to like diminish you, be like, oh no, you can't do this, you're not good enough, da da da.
Go.
They need to go immediately.
The
Like,
door, bro.
yeah, the door is right there. Like, you need to leave. Like, I'm not even, like, at that point, I'm not even, obviously be nice to people, but yeah, you need to go.
Yeah.
Like, friendship over this, and that. And yes, obviously, sometimes you do need to give people second chances, but some things just you need to let go. And it's okay to let go of friendships. Like, obviously, be kind to people and, like, yeah, just don't be disrespectful and be like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, you're useless, da da da. Like, that's
Yeah.
a little OD. But obviously, obviously, I mean, some people need to hear some people need to hear these type of
to
things
wake up. Yeah.
to wake up and
So
be like,
I won't
yeah,
say no to that completely.
yeah. Because some
Are
people they
useless.
need to hear you are doing nothing to improve your life. Like you're not doing anything to grow, and you're bringing me down, and I cannot be in this friendship. Because some people self-sabotage themselves and other people, and they don't realize it.
Yeah.
Until someone calls them out on it,
Yeah.
and then they're like, "Wait a minute," and they have a second to reflect, and they actually realize what they're doing is wrong, and they need to stop. So obviously have discernment and like know what you should and shouldn't say.
Yeah.
And like sometimes you just need time to like just think about what you want to say before you say it. Cause like reacting immediately, because sometimes
never a good idea.
yeah, it's never a good idea. So like take some time to think about that, obviously. But yeah, so I guess like the takeaway from both of those is that whether you're navigating a new campus, a roommate situation, if you're ready in college, a friendship situation, long distance, close friendships, God didn't guide your steps to a certain place. God did not just guide you to a certain place, He also guided you to certain people, for like certain people to be in your life and have an impact, and for you to also be an impact in other people's lives. So be open to connection, be open to growth and change, and just trust God's plan for you. Even if you're like confused and even if it doesn't look like what you imagined,
Yeah.
God will always have your best interest at heart. Like God's not gonna put you in a situation and be like, yeah, I want to hurt her.
Yeah.
Or like I want to hurt him. Like God's not trying to like God's not your op. He's your biggest supporter. Like high key. Not even low key. High key.
Right.
Like God's there to support you. Like he cares so much. So just like trust in God's plan, have faith, and just like continue to trust that things are gonna work out. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you guys like what you heard, make sure to follow Fill My Mug _ podcast on Instagram,
Follow it up.
TikTok,
Share.
subscribe on YouTube, put on post notifications, do all the things.
Share with the homies.
Share
Put
so
it in
other
that
people
group chat.
can listen. No, yeah, put it in that group chat,
Mhm.
put on your story,
Mhm.
post, share, do what you gotta do, you know? Because if you enjoyed this, I'm pretty sure someone else would enjoy it. You know, like help me, help you, help your friends. Or like help me, help yeah. You know, do what you gotta do.
Mhm.
But yeah, make sure to follow. Do you wanna say you wanna plug it?
Help, fill someone else's mug. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh, the mugs today are for decoration. There's nothing in them because I didn't actually have time to make tea. But we had water,
which is very helpful.
which is very helpful and hydrated. Because this room was hot. So like this room was hot for I don't know what reason. But yeah, just make sure to follow Fill My Mug _ podcast on all social media platforms and follow me as well, Elizabeth dot _ period Adebayo Adebayo. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I hope you listen to future episodes where we'll have a variety of different guests. We'll have past roommates, more classmates, maybe some athletes if I can get that to work. Anyways, current signed LA models. Like we got big people up here doing y'all not ready. Y'all not ready. But yeah, so I hope you have a blessed morning, evening, afternoon, or night. And with that, your tea has been served. Bye.
Hey, turn up. Have a good night, y'all.